So this is what I write, page 165. By the early 19th century, the separation of work from home, scientific claims about female distinctiveness and weakness, and Christian teachings emphasizing the role of wife and the natural piety of women melded together. The cult of domesticity was born. It's hard to pin down its exact birth date, but it had definitely emerged by the early 19th century. The four main components of the cult of domesticity were first articulated by historian Barbara Welter, and I summarize them here. 1. Piety. Women are naturally more religious than men and more attuned to spiritual matters. This means that they are better equipped than men to guide the spiritual education of children. It also means that women's education should focus on cultivating this trait. 2. Purity. Women are not naturally sexual creatures. Their minds and hearts are purer than men's. And sexuality is important only because it allows women to be mothers. I actually have a hard time not laughing during that. Women have to be covered and protected from the danger of sexual predators. 3. Submission. Women are not designed to lead. They do not have the mental capacity or the emotional temperament to lead in the political or economic realms. They yearn to follow the lead of strong men. When I'm teaching in the classroom, I have an image that I put up that is a sort of a cartoon drawing of a 19th century woman's brain. And it is full of babies and cats and clothing, showing that women have no room in their heads for things like politics and business. So piety, purity, submission, and finally, domesticity. Do you remember when we read both the Baptist Faith and Message as well as the Danvers Statement? Did you hear in both of those the idea that women's focus, their God-given responsibilities on the home, that was being lost? Domesticity. Women are not designed to work outside the home. The Industrial Revolution moved work for pay outside the domestic space. Women were to stay home and manage the household while men went outside the home and earned the daily bread. This also means that women's education should focus on improving domestic skills, which is the origin of home economics courses. Y'all, the argument that I make in The Making of Biblical Womanhood is that biblical womanhood isn't biblical. It is constructed in culture. The cult of domesticity shows clearly how much we have taken cultural values and applied them to women in the church. And these four characteristics that I just read, even though in the 19th and even the 20th century, in fact, so much, if you think about focus on the family, you think about the Council for Biblical Manhood and Womanhood, if you read very many Desiring God articles, one of the things that you will see are these characteristics still emphasized for women. In fact, I just read a Desiring God article not too long ago that talked about the leadership of if women should emulate the leadership of biblical women like Jael, who of course drove a tent spike through a man's head. I bet you can guess the answer. No, modern women shouldn't do things like that. And in fact, the article even questioned if women should be portrayed in movies as superheroes, because that is fantasy, not what women should really be doing. The cult of domesticity still thrives in modern evangelicalism, and it has nothing to do with women, with the calling of women by God.
El vídeo que acabas de ver es un fragmento de otro más largo. Si quieres verlo completo, haz clic aquí. Te damos las gracias por apoyar el trabajo de CLIE y te invitamos a suscribirte al canal y a seguirnos en nuestras redes sociales para no perderte ninguna de nuestras novedades.